What's going on, guys? It's your boy All Class 3 coming back at you to a brand new video. And today, oh man, it's not a good day. It's not a good day at all, man. Every pick that I have chosen, except for San Francisco 49ers, has missed. Very much so. And I'm just going to be talking about the. Oh man, it's not a good day. I'm going to be talking about. Hold on. I'm going to be talking about the outcomes of the playoffs. The last video I made was when it was Kansas City versus Buffalo, Baltimore versus Houston, San Francisco versus Green Bay, Detroit versus Tampa Bay. Discussing my picks for those games, and both of them hit. I chose Buffalo to win. I knew that Baltimore was going to win, but I went for Houston because obviously, if it's the first time watching this video, I am a Houston Texas fan and I am a Josh Allen fan. So I picked both of those to win, and I'm going to be discussing those. And I picked San Francisco to win and Detroit to win. So those hit, but before the game, I thought Baltimore was going to win, and I thought San Francisco was going to win. So let's go through it. Let's start off with last week divisional round. Excuse me. So Baltimore versus Houston is not much to talk about. It was mainly just a dominant second half by Baltimore defensively and offensively. I mean, the Houston Texans, they're young team. I don't think anybody had them beating them, but it was a good game to watch for the first half. It was a competitive first half. You know what I'm saying? It had moments where I was hyped, but at the end of the day, it's just one team is way better than the other team. Let's skip that. Let's go to the real good game, probably the best game of the divisional rounds. Kansas City versus Buffalo. So, like I said before, I'm a Josh Allen fan, so I'm very biased. His team sold him again, and as I'm watching the infamous Tyler Blast field goal, and I'm sitting there on my couch, and I see this man miss a 44-yard field goal. 44-yard field goal. And as soon as he missed, I get text messages from my friends. Josh Allen sucks. Josh Allen stinks. Even though he played a phenomenal game, he did everything I feel like he can. Diggs. Let's talk about Diggs for a second. This dude, bro. This dude was whining and crying multiple times on the sideline for this man for another playoff series. I mean, a playoff game where he does not show up, man. He just does not show up, and you want to be whining and stuff, and it's I think it was his brother or Trayvon Diggs tweeting talking about some he needs to be traded or he doesn't want to be on the team, whatever he said. Like, bro, you cannot do that. Cannot sell. I mean, a bomb by Josh Allen right between the hands. We saw multiple drops that game. People keep on bringing up the infamous. He should have did a drop down route. Whatever, bruh. Whatever. Man had a prime opportunity to tie the game, and they missed the field goal. And Andy Reid, man, what a phenomenal coach. He deserves a lot of credit. Them second half adjustments was ridiculous. That defense locked up. The Bills defense was injured, so I'm not gonna get on them too much because they did not. I think Kansas City punted one time throughout the whole game, and the Kansas City absolutely locked up the successful run game that we did have in the first half and made it to a basically Josh Allen do what you do, um, which for some reason it feels like it happens so much where it's just but I mean he's the quarterback, so should I be whining and complaining that Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying, is put in a position where the game is all on him? I mean, you're the quarterback. Man, the hate that this man gets, bro. Like, I'm gonna get more into uh how I feel about, what I'm saying, Josh Allen. I'm just gonna talk specifically on this game because I'm gonna get to Josh Allen when we talk about this Baltimore versus Kansas City game in a minute. Just a great game, as it always is against him and Kansas City. I just felt like, it was just a very frustration loss, man. When you are a field goal kicker, and it's not even like Tyler Bass is known for missing field goals. He's a pretty decent kicker. It's like, how can you miss a 44-yard field goal, bruh? 44 yards. 44 yards. It's not a 55 or a 60 or a 57, 55 plus. It's a 44-yard field goal. Sean McDermott needs to be fired, bruh. Like, this dude runs a fake punt to Damar Hamlin on a 4th down. To Damar Hamlin. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we lucky that the defense caused what's his name? Hardman to fumble? That we got lucky. That's the only reason why that play is forgettable. This dude does a fake punt on a 4th down in a divisional round playoff game to Damar Hamlin. What are we doing? It's frustrating. It's devastating. It's devastating loss. I was mad. Freaking friends text me talking about Josh Allen sucks. He thinks because they know how much I root for Josh Allen, and I do be, you know what I'm saying? I do be you know, meat riding him and stuff like that, you know. But it doesn't matter. I like him. He's a great quarterback. And every year, talk about his turnovers. Okay, I get it. Every time he gets to the playoffs, he does not turn over the ball though. He goes crazy. He had 3 total TDs, no interceptions. Carrying that team, bruh. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's a frustrating loss. Kansas City, you know, I'm not gonna give you props for that game because I don't like y'all. Y'all have beat the Houston Texans. We were up 24-3. Y'all came back on us, and it's just the same team every year that Buffalo and Josh Allen continues to lose to. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Anyways, let's move on from that, or I can talk about that for forever. I'm gonna try to make this video, a little bit quicker than last time. Um, San Francisco versus Green Bay. That was a pretty good game. Just bad pass at the end of the game by Jordan Love. That's just a rookie. You can't really. We're not going to sweat that too much because again, he's a rookie and he played phenomenal. Shout out to Jordan. He's not a rookie, but it was his first season starting. You know what I mean? Green Bay definitely knows how to get it. Like, they know what they be doing with their quarterbacks, bro. Like, this is the 3rd time in a row where they seemingly have a Hall of Fame quarterback. That dude is talented, bro. That dude is talented. I'm really surprised they fired their defensive coordinator. I wouldn't say surprise, but I feel like he did a really good job in the playoffs, especially against Dallas. A phenomenal job against Dallas. And I think they did a pretty good job against San Francisco. I think Brock Purdy could have had multiple picks if they weren't dropped. He did throw a pick, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, this was a week ago. So I can't remember off the top of my head, but you know what I mean? Like he had a good defensive scheme. I don't feel like, but this is the NFL. He'd been there for 3 seasons. I guess they didn't see what they wanted to, so boom, boom, boom. That's how it goes. Quickly from that one, let's go to Detroit versus Tampa Bay. Another pretty mid game. I don't think anybody thought Tampa Bay was gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that team wasn't really shit to begin with, but they did a really good job against Detroit. I was rooting for them. It was a good game. I mean, shout out to Baker Mayfield, bro. For real, like the dude was. I seen a screenshot of this dude playing defense for the Panthers. What is wrong with that organization? My God. I mean, it must be rough being a Panthers fan since what Cam Newton in 2015. I don't know. You had this dude literally went to Tampa Bay and took them to the playoffs and won a playoff game against Dallas, which is, I mean, not Dallas, but against Philly, which was the Super Bowl, visitor now. Philly didn't look like the same team, but it's Philadelphia. Like at any point they could turn on. Todd Bowles, man, dude's a defensive genius, bro. His schemes, his the way that he disguised and his blitzes and stuff like that, bro. He's phenomenal, bro. He's a phenomenal coach. So let's move on from that one. Let's get to these games that I watched today. Let's start with Baltimore versus Kansas City. Now, this is why I get so frustrated with the NFL sometimes when it comes to Kansas City Chiefs. This is Tom Brady. Yeah, I remember I'm a Texas fan, so Tom Brady and the Patriots were in the AFC, and I watched them beat the Texans over and over and over again, and go to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. and get bullshit calls every year. So it's frustrating. I remember when Tom Brady won his last did he lose that when he went to the Super Bowl? Let me think. Nah, yeah. Yeah, he won that. Was it, I think that was against the Rams, yeah. But anyways, when Kansas City and they was playing against, I believe it was the divisional round, or it could have been the AFC Championship game. I can't remember. But when that what's it called, roughing the passer call against the Chiefs that inevitably made them win the game. When it comes to the Chiefs, if the flag should be on the Chiefs, they hold a whistle. If it's a call that you can make, but it really doesn't need to be made because it's a soft call, they throw that flag. And it's frustrating because you don't want to see a team you don't like. Nobody likes to see a team get the type of credit. It's not like for Kansas City Chiefs to make the Super Bowl after all they were going to. They did not look like the team that they have been in the past. Hold on. Excuse me. They did not look like the team they have been in the past. And for them to go and make it to the Super Bowl, that's crazy. That's props to them. Shout out to Andy Reid, best coach in the NFL right now, unquestionable, Hall of Fame coach. I've been an Andy Reid fan. I wouldn't say an Andy Reid fan, but I've been having his back since he was on the Eagles because a lot of people were calling him trash for the job that he did with the Eagles. I disagreed. I thought he was a great coach. Sometimes you just need new scenery. And he has done a phenomenal job at second half adjustments, bruh. And his offensive play calling is tremendous. The way that he uses the weapon that he have for that O line to allow Mahomes to get time in the pocket, multiple plays for that O line, that terrible, that O line that we see in the beginning of the season that was letting like Mahomes have to roll out every play. It's crazy. He deserves all the credit in the world, man. He's a tremendous coach. Like I said, I'm not trying to hate on Kansas City, but to get back to my original point, these flags, bro, that was pass interference against the wide receiver on Baltimore. I don't remember his name. When it was three people, that was a terrible throw by Lamar Jackson. Very bad. Lamar Jackson, let me stay on one topic. That was supposed to be a flag. OBJ, when he was getting held on that one-on-one deep route that Lamar Jackson slightly overthrown, was pass interference. That play where the tight end, I believe it was a tight end, got hit by the DB and got held by the DB. That's pass interference. Those plays, if that's the other team they're getting called, that taunting penalty, was it egregious for them to do that? Let the man's play, bruh. Travis Kelce doing the most every time he gets a first down or he gets part. Shout out Travis Kelce. He has not been looking like himself all year. He had, again, shows up in the playoffs and he goes crazy. I don't remember what he finished with, but I remember it was the fourth quarter. He had 11 targets, 11 catches, 116 yards in the TD. That's crazy. 11 targets, 11 catches. And that catch that he made when I believe Mahomes was rolling out and he threw it and Kelce kind of like stressed out and caught it with his bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. But if it's for Kansas City, they will throw the flag quickly. But if it's against Kansas City, they are going to hold that whistle and keep that flag in their pocket. I don't like that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. No NFL is like that. Nobody likes when their team does not get the calls that should be made because they're going against a team that we can see that they want to, that everybody knows they want. If they could choose who will be in the Super Bowl, everybody knows it would have been Kansas City because they like my homeboy and my homie and Taylor Swift and all that type of stuff. It's not even Taylor Swift's fault. It's just the way that it's just the way that the NFL is doing it. Why every time they score do we show the box office that girl? That girl celebrated. It's not necessary. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And then you call a taunting penalty on a guy in the AFC Championship game. That like, bro, let these dudes play. Just let them play. But it will never change. It will never change. And so that's why you have everybody on Twitter and everybody in the sports world that I talk to, unless you are from Kansas City or a really diehard Mahomes fan or a diehard Kansas City fan, everybody else does not want them to win because of this. because of the discrepancy, if I pronounce that right, that goes against them when it comes to them flags. You see it. You see it. You see it. It's obvious. It's really obvious. Dude got tackled in the end zone by two people, and the third person that was by him caught the pick. They talk about the hit came after the pass. Come on, bro. You're saying that as we're watching the instant replay live, Tony Romo. I can't even remember if it was Tony Romo or the dude that they go to that used to be a referee that be like, yeah, I think this is the penalty or I think this is not a penalty, blah blah. But Tony Romo is an easy target the way that he be talking about Mahomes, and I like Tony Romo, and I like the games he played. I like him and Jim Nash together, but he do be eating up some homeboy. But anyways, Lamar Jackson basically shit the bed. Yeah, just keep it frank. He did not play that good. Now, you can blame Zay Flowers. I mean, that's definitely a point to make. But at the end of the day, he really did not play like Lamar Jackson. He was hesitant. And I mean hesitant when you're in the pocket and there's nothing but green and you still sit in the pocket, bro. You are the most electrifying running QB of it could be a point to be made of all time, bro. This dude is so shifty. He's hard to tackle. Take off. It's a 3-man rush, a 4-man rush, and you're sitting in the pocket for your wide receivers to get open. Go, bruh. Go. Run. He was not like his normal comfortable self. You could tell that he was not uncomfortable. I don't know him. I don't know his emotions. I can't read his mind, but that's what I saw. And again, I'm not no freaking analyst or anything like that. I'm just speaking from what I see. I'm not chopping up this video. I'm not doing anything but talking straight from my head and what I think of the games. So it was disappointing. I thought it was gonna be a more heart. That defense, shout out to that defense, bro. That Baltimore defense is legit. Bro, I love Smith, bro. I think his name is Smith. That dude is cold. I love his aggressiveness. I love every time he hits somebody. That's why I like. And you're playing on Baltimore where you have the greatest linebacker probably all time. I would say he's the greatest linebacker of my lifetime because I was born in 2001. But you coming off of you that legacy and you really it seems like he's embracing that role. I mess with it, bro. I love it. And that defense played good. They did. They played phenomenal. Ravens defense, that secondary is not Ravens. Kansas City defense, that secondary is nasty, bro. It's nasty. Got some dogs. They be locking up. Shout out to them. So they're cooking. Kansas City, they just win, bro. You gotta give them credit in that fact that they win. Do they be getting BS calls? Do they begin, they get the little, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna give it to you, Mahomes. I'm gonna give it to you, Andy Reid. I'm gonna give it to you, you know what I'm saying, Kansas City. They do be getting that, but at the end of the day, they win, bro. It's not like they do win. You gotta give credit what credit's due. They win. And Lamar Jackson, he didn't play good. Now, what I want to say real quick, the energy that y'all had for Josh Allen, you better have for Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson had a way worse game than Josh Allen. And Josh Allen this, Josh Allen that, Josh Allen this, Josh Allen that. Way better team, the best team in the league since week 8 when they played against, I believe it was week 8 when they played against San Francisco 49ers and they dominated the Lions. A way better team, bruh. Way better team than the Bills. Way better. Remind you, Bills were 6-6 and they finished the season 11-6. You know I'm mad when the list is getting out. They should have won, bruh. Number 1 team in the league. Best opportunity to go to the playoffs. And Lamar Jackson sits the bed. He does. Keep it a buck. He's not playing his best game. So, and this is a tendency with Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. So, y'all better have that same energy I had for Josh Allen. Talking about all them freaking quote-unquote analysis on ESPN and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You better have the same energy, bro. Because when I watch First Take tomorrow and I watch Get Up tomorrow, when I'm riding my routes for my job, you better have the same energy. Now, let's get into San Francisco versus Detroit. What a game. Great game. Kyle Shanahan. Dan Campbell got out coached in the second half, for sure. There's no way around it. There's no way you go up what was it, 24-7, 24-7 at halftime. They come out and they score 27 unanswered, and see I score on that last drive. That's out coached. I let's get right to the gutter because as soon as he went for a first down, I went straight to Twitter because I already know what was gonna happen. Now, y'all gotta understand, bro. Dan Campbell, he built the culture around having the guts to do that. When it works out, they show the they post on Twitter the picture of him with the wheelbarrow full of balls, bro, underneath it. I know what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. When he goes for it, you know what I'm saying. He gets it. Uh, this is kind of gay. Yeah, this right here. When hold on, when they go for it, God dang it. When they go for it and he gets it, you know what I'm saying. They post this. They love it, and you're happy. You have to live and die with that, and I'm sure he does. And when he did the same thing a couple weeks ago, I forgot what game. What was that game? He went for it on 4 down on the goal line or something like that. God, what was that game? Yeah. Oh yeah, when they was playing the Cowboys and I got that flag on talking about that the lineman didn't come to him and let him know that he was an eligible receiver. He went for it when it was like 4th and 7, 4th and goal with 7 yards to the goal line. I mean, he lives and die by this stuff, bruh. And that's the energy that he brings to his team. I respect it because nothing makes him change. So you gotta respect that part of it. Now, was it a smart decision? If it would have worked, it was a great decision. He's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? He has the great biggest balls on the planet Earth. Shout out to him. If it doesn't work, he's the worst coach of all time. Blah blah blah. He's the first coach. I seen somebody on Twitter. It's funny, but it's not. I seen somebody on Twitter say he's the first NFL coach with CTE, which is crazy. But you gotta respect that, bruh. He lives and dies by his energy of we ain't back down for anything. Now, next year, I feel like he's going to regress a little bit from that. You're in the NFC Championship, man. You gotta kick that field goal. You have to on a 4th and 3 against that defense and them boys and that front five and that linebacker group. They not Dallas. They are not Dallas. I seen they ran a little motion to see if it was man coverage, and shout out to the defensive coordinator of San Francisco for disguising that. I mean, that was a great defensive play call, and they didn't get it done. So their defense, yeah, C Mac had that big run, and then what's the name finished it off? Mitchell finished it off for them, and they scored a touchdown. And then they came back, they scored. But the worst play call was that run on 3rd and goal when it's minute left in the game, I believe, and you have 3 timeouts. It would have been a way different situation. You probably wouldn't have to do that onside kick and blah blah blah. I don't know what. Why would you run it? Why against that front five and that linebacker core? Why throw the ball? Throw the ball. You've been cooking. Let Jared Goff do his thing. Why are you running the ball and wasting a timeout? That makes no sense. That was to me. Excuse me. That to me was a worse play call than the play call to go for it on 4th down. And he did it twice that game. You got to respect it, man. That's what Dan Campbell does. That's the energy. And that energy brought them to the NFC Championship game where that team has been a laughing stock for 60 years. They went to the playoffs, and the last time they won a playoff game was, or went to a playoff game or something like that, or won the division or blah, 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 was in the 90s. The last time they won on a road game was won a road game was when Eisenhower was president against the San Francisco 49ers. The last time they won a road playoff game was when Eisenhower was president, 1957. And he brought that team all the way to the NFC Championship game. In what, 3 years? Come on, bro. You gotta like people are so quick. Like I don't know. For me, I get annoyed with that type of stuff because it's just not if it he's the greatest coach of all time if it goes well, and he's the worst coach of all time if it doesn't. Bruh. I would have kicked the field goal if I was the coach, but I'm also not the coach. I'm at home. I go to school, I work a job. Bro, he got that team to the NFC Championship game. That's insane. That's insane. So shout out to Dan Campbell, hell of a coach. He will live and die by that decision, and he probably is thinking, "Fuck anybody who think differently," which he should, bruh. He got that. Like, let me not keep rambling. Kyle Shanahan. This dude this season have single handedly changed the mindset around him in one playoff run, especially if he wins the Super Bowl. 2 games in a row, back to back in the playoffs where he was down going into the fourth quarter, I think, or either tied or blah blah. Regardless, he was down. Kyle Shanahan is known for choking leads, and I think he has a 1-5 record losing when he's down in the fourth quarter or blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. And he back to back have clutch games. Shout out to Purdy, pretty decent game. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing special, but he wins. You gotta respect that. This dude was the last pick of the NFL draft. Mr. Irrelevant. You have to respect that, bruh. Shout out to him. Great story. And they won the game. They ended up winning the game. Dan Campbell was out coached. Simple as that. You gotta respect. You gotta understand how elite these coaches are to go into halftime and have 15 minutes and change the whole course of the game, bruh, in the biggest moments. Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan both did that. Andy Reid did that a week ago, and Kyle Shanahan did it 2 weeks back to back. Crazy. So you have to respect that. You really do, man. Like I'm not a Kyle Shanahan fan by any means of the imagination. I am an Andy Reid fan, so it's not even about bias at this point. I didn't care who won the AFC. Well, I did want Baltimore to win because I was tired of Kansas City. But at the end of the day, I didn't care that much to be biased to any of them. Shout out to them. I have no love for both teams. I think personally it's going to be a hell of a playoff game. I mean, a hell of a Super Bowl. First of all, this team already has played each other in the Super Bowl, which is cool. Kansas City lost, right? Am I tweaking? No, no. Kansas City won. Kansas City won. Kansas City lost against Tampa Bay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, against Tom Brady, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Kansas City won, and I know Kyle Shanahan wants his get back. Kyle Shanahan, I know he wants a ring so fucking bad, bro. So I think it's gonna be a really good game. I think those teams are really well matched. Both of their offenses are really good. I think they're both equally equivalent to offensive, given that uh, Purdy is their quarterback. No shade to Purdy, but he's just not a super elite quarterback in my eyes, skill set wise. Um, that's just my. But it's not. I'm not trying to take credit away from him because he's a really good winner. But that's just what he's not. He's not his talent wise of just being able to fling the ball or being able to be so accurate or to do different things. You know what I mean? Because he does have times like he threw an interception today, and he does have times where he has missed throws and blah blah blah. So he's not really an elite quarterback. He's a winner, but he's not an elite quarterback. Mahomes is an elite quarterback with a not so elite other than Travis Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Wide receiver core. So I feel like their offenses are even, especially when you have Pacheco versus C-Mac. But their defense, on the other hand, they're both defense are ranked top 5. They have to be. They both defenses are cold. Both front fives are cold. You got Chris Jones and you have oh boy. Like they're both evenly matched in my opinion. I think this is gonna be a great game, just like it was a couple years ago. So I'm excited for it. Um, um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. No, man, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I just want to at the end of the day, Josh Allen and they need to give that same energy. They need to give worse energy, more negative energy to Lamar Jackson, way more than they give to Josh Allen. Because they have so much things to say about this man, bruh. It's so frustrating. The kicker missed the field goal. And y'all talking about Josh Allen. He's the quarterback. I get it. Blah, blah. He doesn't win. Blah, blah. He didn't win. Blah, blah. But you're talking, it's not, like, you win and you lose as a team, right? It's not like he went out there and he threw 2 picks. It's not like he went out there and threw 1 pick. He played elite football as he does in the playoffs. He shows up. It's a team sport. While on the other hand, even though it's a team sport again with the winning, but Lamar shit the bed. He did. He not play well. He did not feel. He did not look comfortable. He did not look Lamar this whole year. He didn't play terrible, but he did not play at his elite level like he have been playing all year. And he had the best team in the NFL. Imagine Josh Allen had what, you know what I'm saying, if he was on Baltimore with, like, you know what I mean? Like with with John Harbaugh. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like. If you like the video, really, really like the video, you want to see more, subscribe. Comment down below if you want me to talk about anything else or you have anything that you want to say. And yeah, I think that's it. Goodbye.